Well, I hope that your week has been going well so far. And today I want to do our study from the Gospel of Mark that was supposed to be on Sunday. And we are going to be in Mark chapter 12, continuing there, picking up in verse 13. There were times when different groups of people were trying to challenge Jesus, to test Jesus, to trick Jesus, to try to get Jesus to say or do something that they could use against him. And one of those occasions is here in Mark chapter 12 in verse 13, when it says that to Jesus was sent some of the Pharisees. Some of the Pharisees were sent to Jesus along with the Herodians to catch him in his words, to try to catch Jesus and something maybe he would say that they could twist and use against him. And so, verse 14, when they had come, they said to Jesus, "Teacher, we know that you are true and that you care," right? That you care about no one, or you seek no one's favor, is what they mean. "For you do not regard the person of men, but teach the way of God in truth." Which, that was a lie coming from them. Not now, Jesus, that is true. What they said of Jesus was true, but these guys didn't really believe that. They didn't really believe that Jesus was true and that Jesus was teaching the way of God in truth. They were just trying to make it sound good. And so here's their question. Is it lawful to pay taxes to Caesar or not? Shall we pay or shall we not pay? So this is their test, their challenge for Jesus. They want to know, is it lawful for us as Jews to pay taxes to Caesar? Should we really pay it or should we not pay it? But Jesus, knowing their hypocrisy, said to them, "Why do you test me? Bring me a denarius that I may see it." Bring me a coin, he says. So they brought this denarius to him, and he said to them, "Whose image and inscription is this?" And they said to him, "Caesar's." And Jesus answered and said to them, "Render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's." That was his answer to them. Render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and render to God the things that are God's. And it says they marveled at him. They didn't catch him in something they could twist against him like they were hoping. Instead, Jesus gives a perfect answer to them of what they were to do. It's to give to God the things that God commands us to do, but also, as God commands us to do, under the authority of men, pay your taxes. So that, yes, the answer is yes. It is lawful and right and good to pay your taxes. Give to Caesar what is Caesar's, and to God's what is God's. And that goes for us today too. If we may be wondering or asking, well, do we have to pay taxes? Do we have to obey the laws of the land? And Jesus says, yes. Jesus says we do. We give honor to whom honor. We give money to whom money, taxes to whom taxes, all these things. Give to Caesar what is Caesar's. Give to God what is God's. Of course, God comes first in all things. And of course, if Caesar or the governing authorities do anything that contradicts the will of God and the law of God, then of course we are not to do it. But if we're talking about taxes, if we're talking about laws of the land that are just general laws of mankind, then we've got to keep them. We've got to obey them. We've got to pay our taxes. As much as we don't want to, Jesus says we've got to pay our taxes. So let's remember that. And let's make sure our hearts are not hypocritical. Let's make sure our hearts are right with God. And let's make sure we are listening to Jesus. We'll stop there for today. Until next time, God bless.